Hi class, it's Carla Hunter, and I've made you a screencast-o-matic video for this particular question because it's just a more appropriate technology for the particular needs of this question. This is one of the questions that was unique from the film group that hadn't already been answered in the other two PowerPoints. And since it deals directly with sort of a multi-piece question that was in your quiz, I wanted to go ahead and show it to you just as you will see it on your own screen so that you can go over it with me if you would like. So, match each phrase, sentence, or example with the decision type that best fits, and you will use some answers up to 3 times. Remember that word best. I like to really hinge on words like that, because later on you'll see that there are some examples where maybe some people chose an answer that they might think fits, but the thing is that these are quizzes over what the readings say, and so the answer that best fits is what Fujishin says in the chapter. So the traditional way that American businesses have made their decisions is the decision by leader, and that's discussed here on page 83. And decision by leader is kind of handy because the leader decides for the group. There may or may not be a discussion. Traditionally, as it says right here, many American business corporations have made their decisions in this fashion. It's nice. It minimizes wasted time. It reinforces traditional hierarchical business structure, which you may or may not think is nice. But it's really efficient. The bad thing is that it can lead to a lack of commitment, and it can be superficial, minimal group discussion and analysis, and the development of an adversarial relationship between a leader and group members. So again, that particular decision-making method, if you need a quick decision, that's a good one. Down here, the most widely used type is decision by majority rule, as it says in the very first sentence there. Let's just vote on it. I'm tired of arguing about this topic. So you make a decision by majority rule. Let's vote. There it is. So one of the disadvantages is that there are winners and losers, and that's also decision by majority rule. Losers suffer because they feel their decision or their position was disregarded by the majority. I thought it was awesome that one of you actually chose decision by ass kicking. Yes, if someone made a decision by kicking my ass, I probably would feel a little bit disregarded and might feel like my position wasn't really considered very well. So that's funny, but it's not the best answer. A bartering technique. If you give us this, we'll give you that. That is a compromise. Compromise has its ups and downs. If you give up something, you're not going to be 100% committed to a particular solution. So that is one of the disadvantages. So it can result in low commitment. But so can ass kicking. There it is. Is good when the position of members representing one point of view is incompatible with the others. That's also compromise, and a lot of you got that right. Well done. Used when decision-making needs to come from outside. That's arbitration. Oh, lots of you got that right. Good job. One advantage is that it can break an impasse. Also arbitration. You might wish you could make decisions sometimes this way, but it's illegal. 100% of you got that right. Decision by ass kicking. That's right. This is a highly effective method wherein group members work together to come up with a new third point of view that each group member regards as workable and acceptable. Now, if I'm correct, let's see. Yes, this is one of them. I owe you a couple of points because this was miskeyed. Obviously, this is not decision by ass kicking. When you look at the question, it's not highly effective. You might argue it is, but according to Fujishin, it doesn't even exist. It's not one of the options. So, wherein group members work together to come up with a new third point of view that is actually supposed to be consensus. So I'll go back in, and you know what? I'm just going to give you guys that one, even if you didn't get it right. I'll make sure that I give you that point. Then, for some reason, it's stuck. So even though the advantage of the particular method is that it increases member satisfaction, that's supposed to also be consensus, guess what? Miskeyed. It says ass kicking. Sorry about that. So there's a second point that I owe you. Disadvantage is it takes a tremendous amount of time. This is cracking me up. miskeyed. It says decision by ass kicking. That can take a long time. Sometimes you may want to pack a lunch, but the answer is supposed to actually be decision by consensus. So hopefully that helps you. There are some really great guidelines for reaching consensus because, you know, if you have the time to do consensus, it can be phenomenal. It can be the best, the absolute best. But if we're trying to decide, for instance, where we're going to go have lunch, you don't want to take an hour to decide. It's easier to just draw something out of a hat, or let the leader decide, or say, you know what, we'll go to Bravo's today, we'll go to McDonald's tomorrow. And so there are other ways than consensus to make decisions well as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this brief video to carry you through that particular question on quiz 3, and I will be recording 3 additional points for everyone who took quiz number 3 because of the miskey on that question. And take care, and I will see you soon.